Hello, everyone. Hello again. I hope you guys are doing well. Hello there. I am so glad to be here with you guys again. So, if you guys were watching earlier or you got a chance to see the video earlier, I did one about um, life is a vapor, cherish those you love, something to that effect. So, I wanted to get out here and do a little walking. Well, like, I got to get out and get a little walk in. I have to take my son to work today. Of course, he works on Fridays and Saturdays. And I said, I'm gonna get a little walk in because earlier it's like I did not get a walk in. I haven't gotten one in a while. So I was like, I'm gonna get one in. Let me take these off for a little bit. So it's like, yeah, I'm ready to get a little walk in. And it doesn't have to be much. So I just want to get on here and share. Sometimes even when you are on your health journey as I am. And you're like, well, I can't do this, I can't do that. Yeah, give yourself grace, right? Because there's going to be things that come up, and not always can you always like 100% be involved if you've got a whole bunch of things going on. But at least you're going to make sure that you're going to do something. And on some of the days, like I said, it was a little bit more challenging. Had like too many appointments and things to try and maneuver to even get anything in. But you don't beat yourself up about it. You just continue moving. So I said, okay, well, I get my walk in today, and I wanted to share that because after talking about the passing of my friend and some other things, then that was pretty heavy. So then, I just need to get out in nature and walk, uh, and that's what I'm doing because it's something, it's something. So I think I'm going to show you guys like I'm outside in nature. This is the park that I'm at, and it's really, really beautiful, and sometimes when you're sitting around, you're like, "Oh, what?" So, whenever I get a chance to come out here, this pole is always in the way because 'cause I'm always, like, recording right by it or in front of it or something. But I was like, "This is something beautiful to just, like, focus on," your attention that, "Hey, there's good stuff going on, and God is so amazing." All the time, He is. So while I'm out here, I was just like, let me just go ahead and record and just talk about it because you know what? Life is good, you guys. Even though sometimes it can be hard, it has its moments, right? So I was just thinking about that. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just be on here and talk just a little bit, not too long, but it is nice to get out here in nature and sometimes just walk and sit and think about how good God is. So after that talk this morning, which was pretty heavy, I think I was crying all over the place, uh, and for good reason, right? But I definitely wanted to make sure that I got on here and shared of like just ooh yeah, I shared about still continuing to move and still continue to do what you have to do, and sometimes it can be challenging, right? It can be challenging, but you still got to stay consistent doing what you have to do. And I know people like I'm trying, and that's okay. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't give up. And there's some things that we think that, well, I'm doing this all for naught. No, you're not. You're doing it. There's a purpose to why you're doing it, right? And the Lord definitely He knows. But as you stay consistent, you'll see the Lord's hand will start to show up in a lot of different places in your life. But first, you got to be consistent. Got to be faithful, and you might be like, well, I'm trying to do, say for instance, like this, you're trying to do YouTube, you're trying to do going on Facebook Live or whatever platform you're choosing, trying to be consistent. And every now and again you falter. Well, as long as you continue to press on and don't get discouraged to the point where like, I'm just not gonna do this anymore. It's just too hard. Then that's not the consistency. That's just you dropping, you stopping, you quitting, you giving up. You don't want to give up. You want to keep going, right? And I have my pauses. I call them my pauses because sometimes you need a pause. Sometimes you need a pause for the cause for real. And when life gets to going, and it gets going for a lot of us, you need to take that moment. And sometimes it's okay if you don't come on, and you just need to take some self-reflection, some self-awareness, some self time for you. You need to do some self-care. That is totally fine. that's not a bad thing, and I would encourage that you take time away. You need to take time away, take time away. I've taken very long breaks when my head was just it was not in the mindset. I didn't have the space, and like I'm like, no, I can get on here and say anything to anybody because I know how I'm feeling right now. And it's gonna be a whole bunch of just pessimistic talk coming out of me because of where I was in my mind or what I was dealing with. There's nothing that can benefit anybody. Nobody can be encouraged by that. Nobody can be uplifted by that. Nobody can receive any motivation, encouragement, inspiration. Nothing. There's nothing you can get when you are not good, and when you need to realize that, okay, I'm doing so much. I'm pushing. I'm pushing. I'm pushing. Sometimes you do need to take a time. And for me, like I said, I'm taking my walk and I'm not trying to overdo it and stress out my knee because I don't want to blow it out. I want to do none of that stuff. So I take my time, and we need to really be conscientious of what our body is telling us, right? If your body's saying, "Oh, no, 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 don't try that stretch. That's not we don't like that." I went to physical therapy and I was trying to do some things for my back. And I would go to the gym and do stuff on my back, but then afterwards, my back would be hollering, screaming, and just be banging so hard. And when I went to physical therapy, he's like, "You can't do any of those things because your back does not like that. Your back says, no, no, no. We don't bend that way. We don't like that because it will make me hoop and holler. And sometimes it will freeze me. Like, if you don't stop, I'm going to freeze you. Like I don't want to do that exercise, right? And so it's not like you're stopping exercise. It's not like I was stopping exercise. I just had to do other things that wouldn't hurt me in that way. And that my body can say, okay, this is tolerable. This is something we can do. This is feasible. It's not going to hurt. Right. So when I'm getting my walk in today, I was just thinking, yeah, I'm doing something that I can tolerate and it's not painful and it feels good. So I just, walk over here a little bit. And then on Monday, I'm going to be walking with my girlfriends uh, around Copper Sky, which I'm going to be excited for because it's always a good time. Right. And then talk, pray, just enjoy ourselves as you talk and think about the Lord. So first, it was me by myself at Copper Sky for a very long time going on my Mondays, but then my Mondays got taken over by my beautiful friends. I was like, it's nothing wrong with it. The more, the merrier, right? So Monday motivational walking, I guess, I don't know, but I'm very happy about that. It's like you get your friends to talk to because maybe you only talk to them once a week or you talk to them through text. But when you're walking, you're exercising, and you're doing stuff, it's incredible. So they're on their own health journey as well. We're all on our own health journey, and it's always good if you have other people that are running with you, right? Like they're running the Christian walk and race with you, and you're physically doing the race. So that's a good thing. So I just wanted to get on here and say I hope you're having an amazing day. And if you do get a chance to go back and see that video I did earlier, be prepared. There will be some crying, if not a lot, a majority of crying. So uh, I just wanted to make sure that you knew that. And all my replay viewers and watchers and listeners and sharers, thank you. And I hope that you will continue to share and continue to just do what you do. And I am glad for you being here every time I come on and you share and you like, you subscribe, and you give me my comments. I love seeing those comments, the good ones. Some of those other comments, I'm not gonna call them good or bad. I'm gonna say those comments that are questionable, they have questionable meanings to them, and some of them, they're just off. I'm like, why did you put that in my comment section? Like, I want to turn off my comments, but I said that's not good for other people that want to comment. And like, I like the video that encouraged me because of this strange person. This, what do they say on uh, Pilgrim's Progress? This strange stranger leaving some strange comments. I'm like, okay. But yeah, I was just sitting here thinking it's a very blue sky today. It's just so pretty. And I hear the birds just singing away, and God is good. Yesterday was a little bit hard, and it was joyous because I took my daughter out to go do her birthday. And we went to a movie together, just the two of us, like I stated earlier. And it was a good time. Sad and, it was a bitter and sweet I lost my friend earlier, finding out that earlier that day that she had gone home. And then later on, you know, a celebration of my daughter getting older. So life is very beautiful and fun and ever changing, and there's uncertainties, there's unknowns, all kinds of things. But by the grace of God, He helps us to overcome all the different challenges and trials and tribulations and hard things that we have to go through. And as I was walking over here, I was thinking about something Pastor Jay was sharing. If you guys go check out Walk in Truth TV on YouTube, he has amazing Bible studies. Venus did a good one too. Sister Venus did a very good Bible study, an evening Bible study. I have to remember what that one was about, but it was about, following after the Lord and continuing the race. And sometimes people have a big zeal for God, but then as they mature, right, they know where to put the zeal and how to maneuver, right? And they were talking about how Pastor Jay used to be a hammer, and now he knows how to use a scalpel depending on what person, what situation. And that's the discernment and the wisdom to know this person needs a scalpel. But you need a hammer. And I'm a hammer time you as much. I would call him hammer. I was like, yeah, he's like Thor. He's got that hammer that comes and it crashes down. If y'all like marbles, I like to see that big Thor hammer like crash and smash through. Boom, you know, just like I'm tearing that down. Here I go. He would say, here I go again, knocking over sacred cows, and I just enjoy what he does. He does amazing stuff. So he also has people that do amazing stuff on his channel. You guys check it out. Don't forget to check out his podcast too, Walk in Truth Radio Network. And I'm praying that he'll be able to come out here for the Ignite a New Start, Reclaim Your Power, Rewrite Your Story Summit. He's one of my speakers. So I'm praying that the Lord give him the ability to come out here and safe travels to and back home. I really can't wait. I'm incredibly excited. So I'm hoping my friend's coming out here because man, if he's out here, I'm gonna do so many lives and podcasts with him. It's gonna drive y'all nuts because I don't get to see that man often. I don't get to see him often. So when I do see him, I'm gonna try to make the best of it. I'm like, oh, let's take a picture here. Let's do this here. Listen, don't be running me ragged. I have to. Who knows when you'll be back? It could be a gazillion years, and then it could be never. And the Lord call you. I don't know, but I'm gonna make the best of every single moment. So it puts everything in perspective when you lose a good friend. You're like, okay, just make sure all your other friends you're spending time with you, and I'm doing that, and I've been doing that before I found out my friend that passed yesterday. But I've been, finding my friends, spending time with them, finding ways to hang out with them. I hung out with my dear friend Jeanette yesterday, and it was a good time. Took her to Hope with me, and she got to meet the people there and talk about she want to volunteer too. So it's good when you don't forget that when people pour into you, you pour into them too. You don't take people for granted and you treat them like friends. I told her, I said, people talk about my friends. I don't like to hear that because I will drag people for holy filth. And I've done it before. And I said, I don't like when people down others that I love, that I care about, and they're my friends. Like if they're being talked about in a room and I'm there, like, oh, we're not about to say that about him or her, and they're not here to defend themselves. But since they're not here, I am here, and you can't say that about them. So we're not about to do that one. So I'm gonna need you to hashtag stop it. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here because I do have to get ready to go back, go get myself together to go see about taking my little son to work. I feel so good that my son he's doing good. At least he's got one class he's struggling in biology. So I'm praying he gets that grade up and continues marching on. But it's the little things that people neglect to remember. You smile at someone that you see all the time until you don't see him anymore. Like, oh, that person passed away. Like, really? That person passed away? It happened to me in church where there's this lady, I didn't even know her name really. Saw her all the time, all the time. realize she passed away, like, that's her. So you just never know, right? You never know who's listening, watching. You just never know who needs to hear a word from you, right? I'm talking about getting my walk in today, which is very true, but I'm also sitting here to provide encouragement. You continue to walk on in your life. You might be in a storm right now. You might be coming out of a storm. You might be getting ready to go into a storm, but you walk out your faith and don't forget that God is with you through it all. Even though you can't see him and trace what he's doing, you know that he's there. He's not going to leave you. He's always there. You're never alone. Never, ever, ever, ever alone. Never, ever, never, ever, ever. You're never alone. So that always gives me comfort because I know he's there. And when I pray for protection over my family, I know he's doing it. I don't even have to worry or doubt. I sleep peacefully knowing the God of the universe is looking out for me and watching, right? So remember that you are loved, you are cared for. And if you don't know the Lord Jesus Christ, get to know him because he will love you without condition. That agape love, which is that unconditional love that extends past every single flaw, every single thing that you've done, and he loves you so, right? And he searches all of the world for the lost, and he calls them. And you today, you might be the one he's calling. And if you hear that word, don't harden your heart. Because guess what? The Lord in all his mercy, glory, holiness knows exactly where you are. And he's talking to you. Like he's not talking to you. Yes, he is. He sees you. An omnipresent God, an omnipotent, omniscient God knows everything you're doing, where you're at, where you've been, and where you are going. So as you continue to walk, and I get the rest of my walk in, continue to be faithful, following after the Lord, what he would have you to do. And if you don't know, spend some time in prayer, asking him, Lord, how do you want to lead and direct me? What way should I go? And you'll get an answer. It may not come like this. Boom, I want you to do this, teacher. Like, oh, wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It doesn't. Sometimes it takes some time and things have to naturally unfold. And then you get to see, ah, that's what you've called me to do. Ah, that's what it is. Oh, there's that moment, right? And it just takes one person to see what you're doing. And you never know. You never know who's actually watching. Like, I see him, I see her, and I'm going to help because I can get behind what she's doing. I can get behind what he's doing. I can see where they are going. And I want to be part of that, right? You don't know. You have no idea. But listen, God will bring those people in his perfect and right, God ordained time. So you, my dear heart and dear friend, keep doing what you're doing and just stay consistent and faithful to the Lord and draw near to him because the word says, if you draw near to him, he'll draw near to you. So continue drawing, continue keep getting near him, drawing closer and pulling on everything that you could get out of the word. So you know who loves you, you know who cherishes you, you know who adores you, you know who cares for you. And it says, cast your cares on him because he cares for you. And indeed, he does. So I'm going to get out of here. A big kiss from me to you. I love you with the love of Lord Jesus Christ. And remember to be blessed, motivated, and always inspired to do what the Lord lays on your heart. So I'm going to get out of here. You guys be safe. Take it easy out there. And don't forget to walk faithfully, y'all. Bye now. Get through it.